I've known Ryan. Ryan said that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So he keeps telling me to come see his new band. And then this guy, Dom, I knew Steve Powell, this guy Dom DeCheppa was in his band. And, you know, writing this great original music. And so I see them at Dog Cider. It was, man, very great, concise, original music, which is what I love. And you don't see it every day in this town. And so I see him at Dog Cider. And a couple weeks later, I see him again at Dog Cider, and I come down and I get to know Dom. I already know Ryan and Steve, and I go down to one of their shows, and they say, "Hey, you want to jam a couple songs?" Luckily, I have my shit in my car. And I come up and I play two songs with them. One was "Deal" by the Grateful Dead. The other two, and I can't remember right now. And, I get up and I play with these guys, and you know, first of all, this old spark for me and Ryan and Steve is just flying. It's flying. It's running rampant. It's just running wild. You can't,
the cosmic squeeze spark.
You can't control it. And then to add this musician to the mix, Dom, who just has this crazy, unique personality, this unique way of singing, and this unique way of bringing his lyrics and his thoughts onto the microphone and out into the music. And yeah, after that, weeks later, I'm in Shotgun Jim with him. That's it.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
We went at it for about a year. Had some people sitting in with us, a couple keyboard players. And then Dominic met Tanya, and they had an instant connection, songwriting-wise, music-wise. So we brought her in and went at it for about a year. And then we have a goal. Dominic also plays not only acoustic guitar, but mandolin and also the banjo. So we brought Chris in to fill out the sound so he could keep two guitars in the focus to get Dom playing more of the flavor instruments. And that's right where we are now. I mean, we've been at it for 3 years. Hell, we were just at the Rock Area Music Awards. And we're about to record our first full-length CD in a month. So that's the whole timeline of present.
Beautiful. So you guys think you had a pretty good summer? Would you say that?
Summer was off the hook.
We had the best summer since I've been with the band. We've had a couple summers now since I've been with the band, playing some of the same stages that we played the past couple summers. Nelson Ledges, this great stage in Sherman, awesome stage. Just a couple of the great things. This summer we really, man, just became like a new dynamic, and really. This past 2 months, the past 3 months, this whole summer, it's just been leading up and leading up and leading up and just getting better and better. And I think you agree, just getting better and better and really becoming more concise and knowing what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not like, you know, totally quite there, but I mean, I think there was a lot of how are we going to approach some of this shit, how are we going to do it, and just playing it out, playing live dictate a lot of that. And I think that helped us a lot, where now we still love playing live, we still do a lot of nice live stuff together and play with each other, but now we're not more focused, but we know what's up. We're just so much more comfortable right now.
Well, a big part of this summer was we played some really prestigious things. Like we got into Great Blue Heron, which is huge. We did a couple sets at Nelson's Ledges Quarry Park, and just a whole new element of professionalism that really resonates through the band now. We kind of, I think this summer, the thing that marks this summer the most, and I don't mean this condescending in any way, but we graduated from becoming just an Erie bar band that plays on the weekends to being, I think, a legitimate force musically. I think that this band, not only can we pack it in our hometown, but I think we can go in any city in the country and hold our own with just about any band in our scene. big or small, you know. And that's awesome. That confidence.
I was definitely a fan before I was in the band. For a number of years they played, and they've become more and more part of the Erie music scene, and which, inevitably, if I'm also in the scene, guys start hanging out together, one place to another, they're playing music together. So that's pretty much the way it works. The whole Erie music scene works like that. Everybody gets along great together, they all play together, so that same, kind of camaraderie is in like the whole music scene and within our band. And it's nice because I just joined in June, and throughout that whole time, throughout the summer, they pretty much threw me right into the fire. And as a band, we've been able to watch us, develop our new sound by adding an additional person to the band. And it's incredible not only to see how the band reacts to that, but also the fans. And that's the magical part of music, is you create that communication between, a fan and a musician. They pass that energy and it becomes reality. And that's what's, I think, truly beautiful about playing music, especially, within our community.
We played Sherman, especially for the second time this year. We have had a great summer of playing weekend after weekend after weekend, having a great summer. And there was a moment where everyone in our band has talked about it many times after this gig. And it was the second Sherman at this barn. It's beautiful. Most beautiful stage I've ever played in. Yeah, most beautiful stage I ever played in. And outside, and we had this moment, and man, after that gig, we talked about it. We all felt something. There was this crazy energy where we were rocking out a couple songs and about 5 tunes rocking, and then we slowed it down mellow, and the light guy just threw down the stage lights. And I tell you what, I've told you guys this, but I won't forget how cool it was seeing those stage lights down. We all looked at each other. Every single person in our band looked at each other at the same time, and it was just wild. But just when that happened, and that gig especially, it was just wild.
Well, I think the significance of that moment that you're talking about was, for a long time,
we talked about it.
There's this sense that we have all these songs. We're an original band. We write our own songs. Going through these couple years, these songs have just been still building and finding their own identities. And that moment that he's talking about was, there was just the right amount of space. We were all in the groove, and it was just this moment of clarity. It's like, wow, we're not playing the song. The song is existing. We're channeling it. Any great musician like Santana, Trey Anastasio, a lot of the guys we look up to believe, and I buy into this, that we don't make music. Music exists, and we're just the means in which it's portrayed. And that was the moment when it really hit home that that's true. The music was just there. We were just transmitting it.
I 100% agree, and we had a great summer, and that was one of the coolest things I've ever done with you guys.
Yeah,
ever done as shoving, and that was just I don't know. It's hard to put into words. I keep laughing, and I can't put it in words. And ever since then, we've had a great time since then. I don't know. You felt it. We talked about it after the gig, and it's just wow.
Like you're tapping into this, it's like you're tapping into a current.
Yes.
It's like, you're great musicians. I always know that. It's like you're just channeling it.
When you can hit that wave that, it's not like tangible. You can't see it or anything, but when you can hit that wave and find it and latch onto it, and latch onto it, just fucking ride it. And when the whole band is at that point at the same time, it's just you're doing something that, I don't want to say I got a body or anything.
It's almost like that.
It is almost like it. It's not quite like. It is, and it's just you guys are just. You don't think of yourself as playing the guitar, playing the bass, or playing the drums.